A few weeks ago, I saw a documentary on YouTube about the #1 barbecue restaurant in Texas. Now, in the interview, the owner said that all of the chefs in the kitchen has partnership stake in the restaurant if they prove themselves to be competent and good at their jobs. So if you're good as a chef, then the owner will give you a piece of the restaurant. Because he said that in a restaurant business, if you have a good chef, but you don't give him ownership, then he will either slack off or he will quit to start a new restaurant and compete with you. So it seems to be human nature that we will only try our best when we own the outcomes of our labors, right? It's like we will only try our best when we're working for ourselves. If we're always working for others, we will either quiet quit, which is all the rage these days, or we will publicly quit. So then here's the question. If God is the owner of my life and He calls a shot on everything I have, I'm just a tenant, where can I get the motivation to work hard in the first place? Like, am I just going to work half as hard as before and then give that to God? That's a really good question, and I think the answer is that it will be love that will be driving you. It will be love that is motivating you. If love doesn't exist, then yeah, you are just going to work half as hard as before. But I think if love exists between you and God, between you and others, then you will have all the motivations you need. For example, when I was a teenager, I hated doing chores. You guys hate doing chores? Who likes doing chores, right? Nobody likes doing chores. And it usually took my mom about an hour of nagging before I would get my butt off the sofa or get away from the computer. But then, as an adult, even though I still hate chores as much as I did, most of the time today, I would do my part of the chores in the house without anybody asking. Most of the time, right? Eva would tell you not all the time, but like most of the time, I would do them without anyone asking. So what changed? What changed? What changed was that as a teenager, I felt like I was cleaning my mom's house. You guys ever feel that way as a teenager? I felt like when I'm doing dishes, even though I use them to eat dinner, I'm really just cleaning my mom's house. But then now, besides the fact that I know I'm cleaning my own house, I also know that I'm doing this because I love my wife and I love my daughter, right? I'm doing this so that they can live in a house that is decently tidy, decently clean. So in the same way, I think when your love for God grows, it will also motivate you like nothing else. It will motivate you to like nothing else. A genuine relationship with God is the best thing to inject your life with meaning. Because I know many of you are procrastinating with your school assignment because you think those assignments are stupid and meaningless. They don't help you learn. I also know that many young adults today are going through what I did when I was 25 years old. You have a high-paying, stable career, and then somehow you're just not satisfied because you find no meaning in this. You have no motivation to go to work every day. If you do something for someone that you don't care about, then you will have no motivation to do it. But if you do something for yourself and you care about yourself, then you will have quite a bit of motivation. But if you do something for someone that you deeply care about and you deeply love, then you will have all the motivations that you need. Because God wired us that way, right? God wired us so that when we know our efforts is helping other people, is benefiting other people's life, that's when we give everything that we have. Now, verse 11 of this parable really intrigued me. The part about Jesus becoming the cornerstone after he was rejected, and then all of this was God's doing, that really intrigued me because it tells us that it was God who allowed Jesus to be killed in the first place to become the cornerstone. That means Jesus' death wasn't an accident. It was planned. He was sent to die for you so that God can shower you with the fullness of His love, with all of His blessing and all of His presence. Because that is how God loves you. Because God loves you, therefore, He's willing to use all of His resources for you. And in the same way, when you love God and you love others, you'll also be willing to use all of your resources on God's purposes instead of yourself.